Hi everyone, I'm Erin, and for my project I will be presenting the female reproductive system. So to start things off, we'll be talking about the external organs, which includes the vulva, and parts of the vulva are the clitoris, the labium minora, and the labium majora. Furthermore, another part of the vulva includes the mons pubis, and basically that's this protective fatty pad that lays above the pubic bone that protects the pubic bone and the vulva from any impact during things such as sexual reproduction. The external organs also include the breast, which includes the mammary glands that supply babies with nutrients and antibodies while they are nursing in their early years. So now we have the internal organs, and the internal organs include the fallopian tubes and the oviducts, and these two are what the mature egg travels down into from the ovaries into the uterus. The ovaries is what stores egg cells and where the mature egg comes from, and the uterus is where basically the final destination of a fertilized egg, and the vagina is how the uterine lining leaves the body. So one of the two cycles that occurs in the female reproductive system is called the menstrual cycle, and this is how the body prepares and maintains the uterine lining for pregnancy. Hormone production also occurs during this time, so the two sex hormones of the female body are progesterone and estrogen. This is how it fluctuates and decreases during the cycle. Ovarian and ovulation is when the body prepares the endocrine tissues and the ovaries for the release of an egg. So these two cycles are concurrent of one another, and it lasts about 28 days. So the ovarian/ovulation cycle occurs 10 to 16 days before the period. So the process of ovulation begins 10 to 16 days before the period, and this is when the pituitary gland in the brain releases luteinizing and follicle-stimulating hormones, which tells egg cells in the ovaries to start to grow, and eventually follicles grow on the ovary surface. Ovaries hold these unfertilized egg cells and only release one every 28 days. The ovary then releases estrogen, which tells the pituitary gland in the brain to start releasing more luteinizing hormone. And the most mature egg from the ovary then bursts out of the follicle. The egg will then start to travel down the fallopian tube and the oviducts and into the uterus. During the 24 hours that it is traveling there, it will want to be fertilized, and to move the egg, the fallopian tubes contract. So when people who experience ovulation have cramps, that is what they're feeling. The follicle that once held the mature egg now releases progesterone, and this tells the uterus lining to start filling itself with blood and nutrients as it prepares itself to accept a fertilized egg and prepare for pregnancy. If an egg isn't fertilized, it is simply absorbed back into the body, and progesterone and estrogen decrease while the uterine lining is shed, resulting in a period. If an egg is fertilized, it is then called a zygote, and the zygote then travels along the fallopian tube and makes its way down to the uterus, where it rests in the uterine lining and pregnancy begins.